You might have heard that live shopping is exploding. And I have to tell you, I have been on Whatnot for a couple of weeks now, and I see why it is. Now, Whatnot is my sponsor, and they are the reason I got on the platform and checked it out. I'm glad they did. They made it easy for me. I'm going to make it easy for you. I love it. Whatnot is where you get great products without paying full price. It's that simple. I'm hooked on their live shows, too. You got to see them. They're so much fun. And I see why Whatnot has climbed to the top of the App Store. And listen, if you're selling online, or maybe you have a storefront and you're hoping people will find your listing or maybe walk in your store, Whatnot flips that, because on Whatnot, you go live and you sell directly to people in real time. And I may admit, although you didn't hear from me, I may have picked up a couple of power tools or so in the past couple of days. I'm just saying. Whatnot, it's the largest dedicated live shopping platform with beauty, collectibles, electronics, luxury, fashion, even cookies, and anyone can sell. In fact, people who sell on Whatnot sell 10 times as much as any other major marketplace. That's because you're not just listing products, you're building real connections with buyers. So whether you're shopping or you're selling, download the Whatnot app today and get free shipping on your first order. Just search WHATNOT, Whatnot, in the App Store and start scoring amazing deals. So I was whining to my wife the other day, said, I need new glasses. And she said, well, get some. I couldn't tighten them anymore. They were scratched. You know the thing, right? But I didn't want to go through the process because you have to make the appointment. You have to spend weeks to get them done. And you got to pay a fortune, right? That's real. But I did. I spent $500 on frames and glasses, and that was cheap. And then I ordered a pair from my sponsor, Zenni Optical, for $70. Zenni is an online eyewear shop, prescription glasses, sunglasses, blue light lenses, starting at under $30. You go to Zenni.com, you pick a frame, upload your prescription, and they ship it to your door. No appointment, no store, no upsell at the counter. And by the way, if you are saying, do I really need new glasses, or do I have to put up with one pair to do everything I need to do for the next 2 years? No, you can get what you want starting at under $30. And if you've never bought glasses online, don't worry about it. I haven't either. Zenni has a virtual try-on so you can see exactly how the frame looks before you commit to buying them, with no salesman looking at you saying, those look good, but these expensive ones would look better. No, you don't get that. I'm excited. I can't wait to get my Zenni glasses and tell you more about them. If your glasses are overdue for a refresh, now's the time. Go to Zenni.com/podcast and use the code podcast15 for 15% off your first order. The styles sell out, so don't sit on it. That's Zenni.com/podcast. Promo code podcast15. How are you? Happy Tuesday. Come on in here. Man, we got stuff to do today. We got well, we're talking about making life easy. Is that okay? I mean, you don't have to make life easy, but we're default mode and living in a default mode. It makes life easier, but some people will debate that with me, and I've had that debate before, and they always lose. Always. I don't mean that in a bad way, but there's a good way to think about living in default mode, and that's what we'll do today. Hang on for the ride. By the end of the show, your life is going to be easier, I promise. It is the Daily Boost from MotivationToMove.com. Way back in 2004, we decided to do this show. And here we are, season 18, 4,747 episodes later, going to 5,000, which means, do the math, kids. By the end of the year, yes, I retire from this show, which is really interesting because people are saying, Scott, what are you going to do if you're not going to do the Daily Boost? And I have no idea because, well, I have an idea. I'm not going to tell you right now. I can tell you this, though. The mere act of doing that, of deciding that I was going to update and make a change, and podcasting is changing like crazy these days. It's time to make a change, and things are going wacky out there right now. The mere fact that I did that, can you hear the difference in me? Can you hear me so inspired and having fun? Yeah, man, let's open another door. Let's run. So hang on for the ride this year. You and I are going to enjoy ourselves. My name is Scott Smith. I'm the founder and the chief motivating officer here at MotivationToMove.com. One of the things that I like to do around here, aside from entertain you and talk too fast and maybe crack a joke here or there, give you a strategy, motivate you, inspire you. But I'd like to give you maybe a little tip beyond what you're going to get on the show. There's a lot between the lines here. I know the kids would call it, the cool kids would call it bonus content. What are you going to do today, Scott? I'm going to make some bonus content. Why are you going to do that, Scott? Because I'm a content creator. That's what I do. No, I'm not. I'm just a dude that talks a lot and teaches good stuff. That's what I do. But anyway, take a guess what music I listen to when I want to get serious work done. I'll let you think about that for a second. Have you ever been driving down the road in a car and you had the radio cranked up and then suddenly you see an intersection is busy, there's maybe police lights up ahead, and what do? You turn the radio down and you focus on the road, right? Well, music takes a lot of energy. Your brain has to work really hard to interpret music. So when you have music in the background, and it's different for everybody, but certain kinds of music absolutely take your focus away from your focus. So I listen to yacht rock when I'm preparing my shows or when I'm working. Why? Because it's 40, 50 years old. It's smooth when you like pina coladas. See why I don't sing or do karaoke? Yeah, it's just kind of smooth. You don't have to think about it. So you put it in the background. And oftentimes I will take one song, not that one, but I'll take one song I really like and listen to it again and again and again and again and again. And science tells us that when we listen to something so familiar and then we put it on just repeat mode, maybe for a whole hour, the same song, it puts your brain in a rhythm and you get more work done. Have you tried that? It's so important to me. I actually have on my list of passions I do every single day, I have something called 6 Passions. And it's a list, and we'll talk about it here in a couple of weeks. But one thing I do with that is I have certain things I want to do every single day that make me happy, like I'm living in a passionate life. And one of those things is intentionally paying attention to music beyond the background stuff. So music's really important. It fires up my brain, moves me in a certain direction. I use it all day, every day. And yes, sometimes I even play the guitar. So there, bonus content for you. So let's get into default mode here, okay? Let's talk about that. There is a myth floating around that life is more fun when you are spontaneous. That can be true some of the time, but not all the time. Now, I'm a pretty spontaneous guy. In fact, I used to be so spontaneous, I got in trouble all the time. It started in high school, didn't do my homework, stuff like that. What are you doing? I went out last night, a spontaneous guy. Now, eventually I learned that wasn't the way to go. And I worked it hard at not being spontaneous, but that was no fun. So I had to find ways to work around this. My wife, she's not spontaneous at all. So much so that I have a workaround. You've heard this before. Honey, you know what we're doing Saturday? No, what? It's a spontaneous Saturday. Put it on your calendar. And she literally, no kidding. She puts it on the calendar, spontaneous Saturday. What does that mean? It means her husband's going to do something stupid and she's just going to get ready for it. But you can't be that way all the time, can you? Because it's hard too. If you want to be happier, more successful, and make life easier, you gotta live in a default mode to go along with your spontaneous Saturdays, okay? What's default mode? Figure out what works and keep doing it. Duh. Well, that's some motivational stuff for sure. So living in default mode makes life predictable, right? For you and for everybody around you. It limits decision making. It establishes continuity. It's a behavior that reduces stress. It improves happiness. And studies show that most people will default when there is a good option available. I am that way if I walk into a restaurant. I go right to the default. And usually it's whatever they say everybody else buys. If you go into Chipotle and you have to make your own thing, I don't do that. I walk in and I say, give me that one. That's default mode for me. I go over to Cold Stone Creamery to get some ice cream every 6.5 years. I don't try to figure it out. I say, give me that one. Give me the founder favorite. I go to default mode. It works. Now, it can be bad too. If you have bad habits and you're in default mode, boy, that's a whole dopamine, oxytocin kind of thing going on right there, right? But if you are bad habits, a lot of what's going on is you are defaulting to those. That's not a good thing. We have to work on that. So, and other people claim that being in default mode is bad because it keeps you essentially in your comfort zone and keeps you from stretching yourself. And I really disagree with that. I think default mode is where it needs to be. So I have a theory, and I call it the theory of default efficiency. Oh, yes, it's a novel theory too, but it's mine. The theory of default efficiency. Figuring out what works and doing it by default is easy, gets excellent results consistently, relieves you from the decision fatigue you feel every single day, and allows you to stretch yourself on your terms. Let me give you a really practical piece of advice on this right now. For years and years and years, about 20 years now, maybe longer, used to be in the fitness world a lot, helped a lot of people lose a lot of weight, and they go on a diet. And it used to drive me crazy because they'd be like, well, we're going to go on a diet. What are we going to do here? Well, I need to get food. I need to get diet food to taste like regular food. I need to figure out how to do all that stuff. In other words, I have to work too hard. I got to count my calories, got to do all this stuff. I said, no, don't do that. Get a default diet. Pick 2 breakfasts, 2 lunches, and then vary your dinners a little bit if you want to. Same breakfast every day if you want to. Same lunch every day if you want to. And just get over it. Every single day, default to the breakfast, the lunch, and then have some fun at dinner time. But what ends up happening is by going to default mode, you have more success on your diet because you're not thinking about it. You're taking away the opportunity to make a bad choice. You do it with fitness, do it with your kids, do it with your wife. I have a default mode at nighttime. I always say, I love you, honey. Sleep well. And then I sit there and wait to see if she's going to say it back to me. And most times she does. Does she not know who she's about to go to sleep? Gotta watch how I say that. Just kids in the car. Living your life in default mode. It is the fastest way to reach your goals, stress-free. By the way, word of warning here. I'm not sure that you're going to survive me this year. I'm not sure, because I am feeling awfully punchy, awfully motivated, awfully inspired, awfully free, feeling like it's going to be a fun year. And I'm always that way, but I'm just over the top right now. You want to come along for the ride? I mentioned Face Your Passion 2.0. It is coming. If you're a premium member and you have the old version, which was done in 2011, if you have that in the website, go get it if you want it, because it is going away January 31st. I'm getting rid of it. So go grab that and enjoy it, and because I'm going to burn it when it's gone because it's old, okay? All right, coming up tomorrow, Winston Churchill, The Steps for Change. We all love change, don't we? Change is good. No, Scott, change is scary and bad. Yeah, that too. We'll fix it tomorrow. Don't worry about it, because that's what we do around here. We fix stuff. You have a great day. And I'll see you tomorrow right here on the Daily Boost.